Oklahoma State guard and possible #1 overall pick in this coming NBA draft, Marcus Smart. Marcus Smart. He didn't attack a fan. He we'll show the video and then we'll get into our recap. It's total bullshit, but just let's see it. Marcus Smart.
But something we haven't seen in college basketball, where a player enters the stands, you can tell the fan was shocked by Smart's reaction. Smart had to be escorted off.
So the person who put up that Instagram video notes that look, we all know that Jeff Orr called him a piece of crap. He admits to it. ESPN released that video with the sound raised to the nth degree so we could hear it. But the one thing that this guy on his Instagram page notes is that Marcus Smart says, "Call me a N-word one more time. Call me an N-word one more time." Now, I could not decipher it. After he said that, I tried. I watched it a few more times.
You tried to decipher what Orr
I tried
said.
I tried to decipher what Marcus Smart said, and I do believe that is what he said. If we could show it one more time, it's hard. I'm not a lip reader. I'm just take it with a grain of salt.
But I mean, we know Marcus Smart is saying this is what he said about the guy.
Right. Well, he didn't admit to it in the press conference.
No, but that's what everybody around him said. That's what the broadcasters heard. Like the broadcasters heard Marcus Smart say that that's what the guy told.
But yet, when ESPN and everyone else was reporting on it, they said journalists and photographers and people in the I understand people in the stands are going to have his back, but they said reporters and cameramen and whatnot. Do we have the video ready? And all of them, they said we didn't hear a racial slur.
No, I don't know whether. I don't know what the guy said. Obviously, I wasn't in Lubbock.
All we know is that he said, "You're a piece of crap." That's it.
Right. That's what he's admitted to. I don't believe that for an eighth of a second.
No, I don't either.
But we know that Marcus Smart at the time thought that the guy used the N-word because the Oklahoma State play-by-play announcer said it. He overheard Smart say, "That guy called me."
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
did not know that.
That's how it all started. That's
sure.
why. And then this guy has just been praying that no one has audio of that. And then he said he texted a friend or did saying, something to the tune of, I opened my mouth, I let my mouth get the best of me. I shouldn't have said that. This is a guy who has done
traveled thousands. Yes, I was going to bring that up.
He's done that to a Texas A&M player. And maybe made ape faces to him. I don't know. He made faces to him.
Really? Possibly.
That's my interpretation.
Okay.
And
all right.
probably wrong.
All right.
But he made faces at the guy.
We know that he did this to a player.
For a player who had the audacity to dunk.
Horrible human being.
Right,
kill him.
To try and score a basket for his team.
Yeah.
So, this guy's a giant tool. Just out of control tool.
Travels thousands of miles to go see Texas Tech basketball.
Yeah, and at a moment when Texas Tech has won, they come up with a big steal. They got a 2-point lead. They get a big steal, a breakaway layup. Smart commits a totally reasonable foul. You had to try.
Sure.
Right?
Yes.
And goes down in the crowd, and other people are helping Marcus Smart up, and everything's fine. He's fine. He's going to get up. He's bummed out. They're going to lose another game. And then this guy clearly said something, and nobody goes back and shoves a guy who says you're a piece of crap. It just doesn't happen. We know it.
One more time if we can.
But something we haven't seen in college basketball, where a player enters the stands, you can tell the fan was shocked by Smart's reaction. Smart had to be escorted off the.
But that's we're already too late. He was already confronting him, which means the thing that happened first, what caused him to jump toward him.
Sure.
He might have said right then at the end, "You're a piece of crap," might have been that got him shoved. Mm-hmm. But he'd already said the thing that brought Smart over there.
Sure. Would you deem a suspension worthy of Marcus Smart? One game, 2 games?
Well, he got 3.
Set an example? Yeah, he got 3. What would you give?
I
There
probably
has to
would
be some sort of punishment for pushing a fan.
I would have given him a game or 2, I guess. But I would give him a game or 2, but I would be super supportive of him, at the same time.
It seemed like they were. It seemed like Travis Ford was the coach.
A little. I haven't heard Travis Ford today. I saw it all after the game. I was watching ESPN that night and watching a bunch of college basketball. And so,
we still need to go to a UCLA game.
I know I almost went to SC-UCLA at
you could have seen Nick Young and his baby.
And Jordan Farmar and his baby.
And Farmar and his baby,
It was totally cute.
Adorable.
It was a cute picture.
Yeah.
So I think that I would say if I were Oklahoma State, hey, we can't have somebody go into the stands, but nobody gets to talk to our players like that. And we understand what Marcus did, but we have we can't let you go into the stands. And if I were Texas Tech, I would ban that guy for life, if that's what he said. Life, I wouldn't let him in.
He took himself out of attending any more home games throughout the entire season, the 2014 season. Why haven't you been hired to do PR? I don't understand. Every time you give these apologies, like, oh, this is what the coach or the player or
I don't know.
team should have done.
Well, I come from
They seem like good apologies.
I come from the greatest person in the world.
Frank Menk?
At knowing what people should say, yeah. And so it's not that hard. You just have to, and that's genuine, and you can show support, and you can still suspend him because you can't shove a fan. But now we've heard other players for Oklahoma State say that, and other teams who say, man, you go to Lubbock, you hear horrible racist stuff.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Wow.
And you hear it at Oregon too, which has always been a strange,
that's odd.
I think it was, who'd they play on? I think like an Arizona assistant. It was either an Arizona assistant. No, they were home this week. So whoever the last people to play at Oregon, they said they got spit on. Two, like the assistant and the trainer. But
it was Arizona.
Black players who go to black players who play at Eugene are always like, this is the most hostile environment there is.
Wow.
And you wouldn't expect that in Eugene, but these fans in there have developed this sort of rabid, and clearly you get to this point where people who are otherwise fairly normal just think, hey, it's sports, anything goes. I mean, where else are you allowed to call a guy who's just been beaten, right? And it's just at his most emotional point at the end of that Oklahoma State game. Comes down court, he commits the foul to try and stop the layup, but they're looking at being down 4, and the game's essentially over.
Good foul. It was a good foul.
Why is it okay to call him a piece of crap? Stand up and clap. Help the man up. Like, what a punk. I would not let that guy in. I would not let that guy in my arena ever. Ever. That would be the end of it with him.